Hello everybody, Mannix here. I'm going to be doing a knife review on one of the coolest, most intriguing knives I've ever seen, the Kershaw Cinder. This is a very, very tiny knife, very bizarre looking, but all of this actually serves a purpose. It's not just a wacky design, it's not just trying to be weird, there's a purpose behind the way this knife looks, and it really grew on me. At first when I got this, I was like, what is going on here? Like, I just thought it was just very bizarre. But the more I use it, even after just a few minutes, I'm like, oh, that's why it looks that way. This was given to me by one of my bestest friends in the whole world, and I'm really glad because I probably would have never thought to buy this one, but now I love it. It's going to instantly be my new go-to keychain knife. Yes, that's mainly its purpose. A lot of people think of it just like as a backup blade you can put in your pocket. Yeah, sure. I would prefer a pocket clip for something like that. I really like pocket clips. I'm a huge fan of pocket clips on knives. I basically don't care. I don't like knives freely floating around my pocket and like banging into my leg and being super uncomfortable and really annoying. I prefer just to have that little pocket clip on there, even for a tiny knife like this. But this is going to be my keychain knife that goes on to where my car keys are, and I'll explain why. As you may be able to see, there is a bottle opener there as well. Let's get on with the specs of this tiny little mamma jamma. We have 3CR13 steel with a stonewash finish on that blade. 3CR13, if you're familiar with the Spyderco Bug, the Honeybee, and the not a ladybug, I can't remember the last one. The three models I'll annotate it probably, but that's the same blade steel they use. So very soft. You know, it's even softer than 8CR13 MOV, which we hear about all the time. The 3CR13 is missing the molybdenum and the vanadium content, I believe. I'm not a metallurgist. I know very little about steel and stuff like that, but from what I do understand, it's a very soft, gets razor sharp blade, but gets dull very, very quickly, but very easy to sharpen. That's the thing, it's a very soft, very easy to sharpen blade, and for a backup little keychain knife, that's actually perfect. If you want to also keep the costs down, this can be anywhere from like $8 to $9, wherever you go, totally worth it for that price. It's a very, very adequate steel. 1.4 inch blade, the close length or the handle length is 2.6 inches, making the overall length 4 inches on the nose. Its weight is 0.9 ounces according to the website. I'm looking at Kershaw's website actually. It is a liner lock, as you can see there. It's manual opening, it's not assisted or anything. We have a single little thumb stud right there, and you can actually swap it to the other side if you wanted to do that. Now, I think this is such an ingenious design. Now, here's the thing. I prefer large knives mainly because of the handle. I like having a lot of handle to hold on to with my knives. I don't necessarily need 3.5 inch or 4 inch or 5 inch whatever blade length when I'm doing. I'm just scoring the type of packages. Usually that's the number one thing I think most of us use our knives for. But I like having that extra grip. I like my whole hand holding onto the knife. That's what I like. I usually don't like small knives because I don't like my pinky or even my ring finger as well having nothing to hold on to, so I have no leverage, no control, I feel like. I like the bigger knives for that, and plus I just think they're sweet. I think they're cool. Let's see, what am I EDCing? Oh yeah, another knife gifted me from the same person, the Kershaw Nerve. One of my favorites, because I like having so much to hold on to right there. But anyway, now the point I'm making with this is that for such a teeny tiny little knife, it's extremely easy to open, and you actually have quite a lot to hold on to compared to the amount of blade you have here. Yeah, we only have a, what was it, 1.4 inch blade. The actual cutting edge is probably just an inch, or maybe less than that, but the way it's designed, look at how the blade kind of, the choil melts into the handle shape right here. We have this one choil here, a wider choil here, and then like a curve up right there. The lanyard hole actually also acts as. So almost my entire hand grips onto this blade. I have like half of my pinky is loose right there. But that's really impressive for such a small knife. This is the actual amount of blade you're getting. It's like a teeny tiny little, just like an inch. It's basically just like the tip of your thumb. It's very small, but look at all of this grip you get. Now, would you use this whole position to cut stuff? Not really. Like maybe for like whittling or shaving something, or if I put like a rope or line around there and cut it that way, yeah. But normally I would use it like this. I would just grip it like this, and we do have a grippy handle right here. So it's grippy enough, and your index finger lines up nicely with that little inward curve right there. It gives you a good amount of control to make your cut or whatever. FRN handles, I think they call them glass-filled nylon or whatever, but it's not G10, it's FRN, although we have kind of an interesting pattern right here. It almost looks G10-y, and it feels almost G10-y too. It's pretty grippy. I like it. I like Kershaw's patterns they put on their handle scales. But yeah, they really did a good job. Like, a lot of people would say, well, this is inefficient. Look at how much blade, like the handle length is almost triple the length of the actual cutting edge you get right there. What's the point of that? Again, it's all for grip. You get a lot to hold on to. Sure, it's not a 1-to-1 ratio. You don't get as much blade as you do handle, but it's I don't know, you see what I'm saying, right? It's a lot to hold on to even for a tiny little blade. That's what's cool about it. So even if, like, for defense purposes, if you somehow were able to get this out of your pocket, because there's no pocket clip, it's hard to do that, and you got into this grip, yeah, you can mess somebody up, actually, with a tiny little edge like that. Don't laugh at small knives. Now, would I prefer, you know, something like this for defense? Yeah, absolutely, I would. But, that being said, a small little blade like this can do a lot of damage, but not that I would ever consider using this for defense. I'm just kind of throwing it out there. You have a lot to grip onto is my point for a little blade, and I like that. Now the liner lock, this is another really amazing thing. Usually with tiny knives, like it's a Spyderco Ladybug, for example, if you saw that video, I have a lot of trouble opening knives. It's almost the same size as this knife. I have a lot of trouble opening up knives like that with one hand, especially if they have no pocket clip to use as a brace. Usually when a knife's really small, when your fingers grab it, your fingers can kind of like anchor onto that pocket clip, and it helps you hold on to it as you move the blade out like that. This one does not have a pocket clip, and yet, boom! Open it up so easily and close it so easily with one hand every single time, and that's amazing. Now why is that? Because of this kind of really large, overly large cutout looking right here. Usually you only get like a little one by the thumb stud. They cut out this whole portion right here, and that's so your thumb has a lot of reach to get in there. You can just gently push it up. We have a nice little detent, as you can hear, so it doesn't shake out easily at all. Just grip onto it, and then boom, just like that. It's super easy. You can actually flick it, not that I would really recommend it, but it does flick out too. Thank goodness it's a manual. I love manual knives, yeah. And because of this huge cutout right here, it also makes this skeletonized little liner lock right here a lot easier to get to. You just kind of press your thumb down anywhere and it always works. You always disengage that lock every single time. And I like that. Again, with small knives, you usually have to fiddle around and fumble to try to close them and stuff, generally speaking. Not this one. So, as far as small knives go, this is easily probably my favorite as far as a keychain knife goes. If this had a pocket clip, it would be pretty good with a pocket clip too, but I see the whole point of this knife. It's a keychain knife. And it's perfect for that because it's so easy to open and close with one hand. You have a lot to hold on to for the amount of little utility blade right here, and you won't scare the sheeple with it. And you get the little bottle opener. And bottle openers, a lot of people laugh at them, and yeah, they're kind of stupid how they put them on like every single multi-tool. But if you don't lose anything for having it there, why not, right? Like it doesn't make it less comfortable to really hold that much anyway. And the thing is, here, let me just show you my keys right now. What do I got? So this is my key set right here. We got my car's key. Sorry, let's get actually in frame here. My car's key, house key. This is my current knife, a SOG key looking knife. I'll show you that in just a second. Bottle opener I do have, which I do actually use quite often. When I'm hanging out with friends and stuff, we have drinks, so I pull out this to open them up. Got my little skull right here, doesn't do anything. I got my little flashlight, which I will do a review on soon. Really great, tiny little micro flashlight, very cheap. I gotta do a review on that soon. What else? I got my nail clippers. Yeah, I know it's weird. You can laugh at me all you want. I just hate it when I'm at work or I'm out of the house and my nails feel long. And like, I don't know, it's just uncomfortable to me. I want to clip my nails, so that's why I have little mini nail clippers on my keychain right here. Yeah, I know, it's very useful. Oh yeah, my pipe tamper. Yeah, when I smoke my tobacco, my pipe. Got that too. But this will now substitute for both the SOG key knife and this bottle over right here. Really lighten up, you know, and lighten up all the banging around of the keychain right here. It acts as both of them. And although I like the style of this, like the SOG key knife, it's kind of cool. It looks like a key, kind of helps disguise it, I guess, if you wanted to. It's relatively comfortable to hold. I should do a review on this pretty soon once I take it off, but you have to open it with one hand and close it with, you have to open it with two hands and close it with two hands, which I'm not a fan of. You know, with this, I could just grab it off of one of my keys like that, boom, just open it up, and then bam, close it, just like that. So, this is a really awesome keychain knife. There's not really a whole lot to say about it other than that. I know I'm basically just going on and on talking about how it's easy to open and close with one hand, but that's a huge deal to me for a keychain knife, right? So, if you want a good keychain knife that also will double as your bottle opener, if you carry a bottle opener or are planning on putting a bottle opener on your keys, just get this instead. It does both of them, and it's lighter. So, plus I like that oversized lanyard hole right there because it's designed to be a keychain knife. They give you a lot of room to work with. And I always melt for this design of lanyard hole, where it's the steel, the back spacer, and it's exposed out, and they make a design out of it. I think it's really cool. It's a lot cooler to me than them just, you know, drilling a hole into it like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think it's just cool. So anyway, that is the Kershaw. I actually forgot the name. What is it called? It's the Kershaw Cinder. That's it, the Kershaw Cinder. I was thinking of the model number name. which is $10.25, but really awesome knife. Awesome keychain knife.